Okay, this guy just charged me this time. While I was starting my video capture, he just charged me. This is a champion level enemy. That white circle on the ground, he's trying not to come into it because he knows what it is. They're called caltrops. There's his allies coming to fight. Caltrops, they're little spikes drop on the ground to cripple and bleed enemies. Although this guy at a champion level, he can't be crippled, but it will bleed him. These champions have a lot of benefits, champion levels. Eventually he will buff himself. He'll blow a war horn, you'll see. Whenever it's off cooldown, he'll use it. And it'll give him health regeneration, it'll give him protection, it'll give him fury, might. Protection reduces damage taken by 33%. So this is going to be a long fight. This guy he's a thief, technically a daredevil. It's the elite specialization for a thief, one of the two. I'm using dagger right now, and condition damage, which is damage over time. What I'm doing is I'm trying to bleed him out. I'm always going to run away. There's my caltrops again. I'm going to try to keep him in it as much as I can. And that's with that leaping, that attack where I go over him like that. I love this attack. This is Death Blossom. That puts bleeds on him. And this is all hit and run. I'm just not going to sit there and pound on him. This isn't like my video with the Reaper. And there's another helper. I guess they can, oops, yeah. And there's another, that guy with the other cross swords is he's veteran level. So he's tough too, but he's not like a champion. Anyway, the Reaper, I can just sort of face tank. He's a very strong, very durable character. This is the polar opposite. This guy can take very little damage and survive. So I have to hit and run constantly. I have to kite, stay out of range, hit and run all the time. I use a staff sometimes, but for certain fights, daggers are better. Like this. Okay, the veteran's almost down. You can see all those, if you look at the portrait, okay, because they all have a buff. They all have self-buffing, and they buff allies, so they buff each other. Underneath their portrait, you see these icons, and that is a combination of debuffs, damage they're taking, and buffs that they give themselves. They call them boons in this game. They call them boons. Right now, there he goes. He just hit his war horn. Protection and health and fury. I think he might have given himself. So I just keep running around and constantly hit and run. And you'll see some of these lesser and lower level, basically lower strength enemies. They'll respawn and come back. Try to take some revenge. I've got him down below half. I can start to use this one attack that many thieves use, and it's in a bad way. It's called Heart Seeker. It's a gap closer. It lets you jump and attack the enemy. A lot of people play thieves. They spam it. They use it again and again and again and again and again. And it's really a waste when the enemy is above 50% health. Except if you want to use it as a gap closer. It does twice the damage, or not twice the damage, when the enemy is below 50% health. And even now, I don't abuse it now either. I use Death Blossom a lot because I want to put the bleeds on him. Since they're bleeds, damage over time, they do damage even when I'm not near him. The damage keeps ticking away. Which works out nicely for this character that wants to stay, out of reach as much as possible. And there's this guy coming back for more. He'll be dead in a second or so. And if you watch closely, there it goes. I don't know if that was easy enough to see or not. That guy died when I wasn't even hitting him. Because the bleeds just kept killing him, even though he wasn't near me. The bleeds I put on him finally killed him. So this guy's down to like, I don't know, 10-15% health. He's buffing himself again. There'll probably be more enemies that respawn and come back for more. Because this is a very long fight. And there goes an ally running by. saw that or not. He didn't want anything to do with his nightmare. He just kept going on his mouth. So the healing that I'm doing here for myself is kind of high risk in a way. It's called Signet of Malice. I only get healed when I do damage. It's kind of, I kind of like it. It's a kind of high risk. Yep, see there goes somebody I killed before who respawned and came back. Doesn't last long. There he goes. Let death. Now I can start using that Heart Seeker. I mean, really I can start using it under 50% health, but I tend to save it for the end. I think it's really bad practice to spam that. It doesn't really help you. It's all direct damage. There it goes. Oh, what's this? Kamikaze. He thinks he's going to beat me, I guess. Alright, I'll finish this guy off because I'm going to take a second or so. There he is, and I'll end this here.